What is going on, football fans? It is the dynamic duo of S&S Pigskin Picks back at it for a little schedule release reaction. What is going on, Jer?
And not much. We've been gone for way too long. Had to give the people what they wanted again. Straight from the 60% win rate team here. We killed it last season.
Right.
We plan on doing better this season. And we want to go over every side, every opinion, and every game. And we're going to bring you the facts.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the NFL look-ahead games that are provided by our friends at Bet365. And we would love if people would consider subscribing and liking the Okay. Let's add the week 1 schedule that we're going to be looking at here.
Yes.
Kicking it off on Thursday. Defending champs, Philadelphia Eagles, -7, hosting the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, Jer. Do they still deserve this moniker? What's going on? What do you think?
There's so many big Dallas Cowboy fans, and they will just go down with the sinking ship. They just love them so much. They just can't help themselves.
Definitely, yeah.
And yeah,
Win, lose, or
Dallas
draw.
has tuned up their offense a little bit. Yeah. It's really
George
tough
Pickens?
to see to know what the Super Bowl hangover is going to be for the Eagles. Right. So yeah, it's tough. You want to take the points, but I'm gonna go with my boys.
Yeah. Might be a game to tease down, I'm thinking, and take Philadelphia under a field goal. But right after that, we got a game in Brazil. Kansas City -3 to the Chargers. Yeah, I guess the books are expecting big things from the Chargers this year. They did draft a pretty good running
They
back in
kind
the first
of
round.
improved on every side. Yeah, they kind of improved on every side, and with second year with Harbaugh, I think things are going to be. And again, with the Super Bowl hangover, it's real. I think the Chiefs are going to be one of the most tired teams in the NFL this coming season, just for the fact that they played in 3 straight Super Bowls and they're just constantly getting interviews and Travis Kelce ducking the paparazzi. And, I have a strong feeling that the Chargers are going to win this game. Never mind the points. Take the money line. You've heard it here first. I think Kansas City's going 0-2. They're going to lose to the Chargers and they're going to lose to the Eagles first week 1 and week 2, but they're going to get it all back together and they will win the AFC West. Sometimes it's not much competition for them, but yeah, I think the Chargers are going to take a step. They won't win the division. They will make the playoffs. And yeah, the Chiefs will dominate, but have a rough
Chargers,
start.
You got to think that they're used to the warmer weather, right? Right. You got to think the Chargers are used to the warmer weather. It'll be in Brazil. I'm guessing it'll be like 25, 30 Celsius, like 80, 90 Fahrenheit. So that's definitely going to be interesting. I'm surprised they're making Kansas City go out to Brazil, but I guess they need some sort of primetime team. And last year it was Philadelphia. I believe that was week 2. And we'll see about that game. So we got some Sunday games. Those are the 2 games that are warming up the schedule for us. This is kind of a stinker here. Arizona -4.5 to the quarterbackless Saints. Obviously, Derek Carr retires. Murray and gang will be back for Arizona. Another season under Gannon. New Orleans drafted some 26-year-old quarterback, Tyler Shuck, ahead of Sanders and a bunch of other guys. What do you see from the Saints team? Do they have an identity, or what's up with them?
Well, yeah, Bo Nix came in a little long in the tooth for being a rookie, and he did great. I love the size of
Hmm.
Shug. I think Kellen Moore can do a lot with him. But I also love what Arizona's done in the free agency and everything. And Jonathan Gannon's going to his specialty. He's going to make this defense. They did great, but I think they're going to be even
Hmm.
greater. So if to take that little pressure off Tyler, just get us a few touchdowns in the game, not 4 or 5. You need to win the game.
Yeah.
I like them to make the jump this year.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think 4.5 points at home, so it's pretty enticing to take, especially with Arizona not being, the offensive juggernaut. Maybe they've been in the years past, but let's take a look at the Panthers visiting the Jaguars. Obviously, the Jaguars made a big splash drafting Travis Hunter, the Heisman Award winner. They moved up in the draft. Um, they gave away next year's first round pick. What are you thinking about this game? Carolina getting 2.5. Jaguars. I'm surprised they're not giving 3. What do you think?
Carolina Carolina tried to strengthen the roster in the offseason. I know Bryce Young's looking a little bit better. He's got a couple weapons. I just don't see it happening, though. I don't really see the Jacksonville doing huge things, but some of these players, man, they can just turn a game around, whether it's a good punt return or anything. And if they're really genuinely promising Travis Hunter what they're promising him, he can change the game from either side of the ball.
Mhm.
I don't think that the Jaguars will make the jump this year, but I think in year 2, with Travis Hunter still doing good and maybe playing on both sides of the ball, I think they might be something to worry about. But yeah, the Panthers, I don't see again. I know it's easy to pick on them, but I just don't see them
Mhm.
making the jump this year again. That barring they make the playoffs this year, then maybe I'll have some belief in them for next season. But other than that, in that weak division, it could happen. But other than that, I just see
Right.
them on the down slope. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is the shittiest division in NFL, no question. But what I'm hearing from the Jaguars is that they're thinking that giving up the first round pick this year and next year, like Travis Hunter, like one of the picks is he's like a wide receiver, and then one of the other picks he's like a defensive back, right? So they're thinking they're getting 2 guys with those 2 picks. So I don't think they don't look at it as that big of a deal because I mean he's a generational talent, right? I mean we haven't seen this before, so
It's a it's a tall
interesting
order to know both
to see what
playbooks.
happens, right?
There's a lot of smart guys that come into the NFL, but Travis is going to have to be a genius to
Mhm.
lock down both playbooks. Maybe if he just does 20% defense, 80% offense, or the other way around, then maybe a lot of pundits are saying it's not going to happen. I hope it does. I hope we see it, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, if
it's
Trevor
tough.
Lawrence can be 75% of what he's supposed to be, maybe him and Brian Thomas and Hunter, they can form a little bit of a big 3 there. Who knows? Maybe down the
Right?
road. Right? They have the high draft picks, right? Um, let's take a look at Cincinnati visiting the team with 5 quarterbacks. What was the old saying back in the day? If you had 2 goalies, you didn't really have one, or you know what I mean? Like you had 2 of something. But Cleveland, I'm guessing Shador Sanders
Yeah.
starts by like what, week 2, week 3? You think? I think they throw the old man Flacco
I
because
don't
he was
know.
he was decent
I
2 years
don't.
ago.
I could see Dylan Gabriel beating him out in camp somehow, and Shador being third string. They're just too hard on the guy.
Hmm.
Uh, he might not even get a chance just because of everything that went down. I hope he does. I hope I get to see him out there. I really think that Cincinnati,
Hmm.
every year we say, but I think they should make something of a jump this year. at least make the playoffs. And I think they're going to start it out right with a win in Cleveland. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to help when you're facing Cleveland, but they've had such slow starts the last few years, right? So they really have to avoid that. They need to go 2-1 at worst,
Yeah.
3-0 obviously
And
would be ideal, right? But yeah, divisional game, so
they actually
crazier
picked up
things have happened.
their first win in Cleveland recently. So
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean that was a long
as
streak.
I tell you.
Okay, here's an interesting game. We got Raiders visiting
Yeah.
Patriots. Patriots laying 3. Raiders obviously drafted star running back Ashton Genty. Last year they drafted Brock Bowers. Got some pieces. What do you think?
Who's the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Your guy,
that's
Eugenio
right,
Smith.
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Well,
They
at least
signed him up
Aiden's
too. Big
there.
contract,
If
right?
they need him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I just
so
see
you're
Geno
not
getting
too
hurt
big
again.
on
He's too
Geno.
long in the tooth. Aiden
Well, he's
O'Connell
back with
supposed to be one of the most starter caliber backups out there. So I don't know. Geno, if he was going to do it, he would have
Pete
done it in
Carroll.
Seattle.
Geno and Pete Carroll, they did make the playoffs a few times, right? So
yeah, we'll see.
Maybe something, right?
We will see. Stranger things have happened, right?
And they got some they've got some talent. They've got some talent. When you got I think Genty will get a few touchdowns, obviously. Patriots, obviously, who did they take? They took a running back, I believe, from Ohio State. He's getting a lot of hype. It was Trayvon Henderson, I believe. And they selected a lineman with their first pick.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, we'll see if Drake May can make a little bit of a jump in his second year. This one's an interesting matchup. Kind of two teams that were projected for high things last year and disappointed. Indy hosting Miami. Indy, they're giving up 1.5. I can see a lot of people teasing Miami in this game over a touchdown. What are you thinking?
Yeah. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Jones or is it going to be Richardson? I don't know. He just has underwhelmed me his entire career.
Who knows?
I see him being the backup. I see Daniel Jones winning out of camp. That being said, he ain't nothing special either. So yeah, I really feel for the Colts this year. I know they do usually come through on defense. Miami, what are they going to do? It's just a bunch of headaches after more Tariq Hills and Tua concussions, and they just try so hard and score tons of points and never get anywhere. It's pretty depressing.
They're trying to trade Jalen Ramsey, I hear. They're trying to trade Jalen Ramsey too.
Well,
yeah,
he's
kind of up in the air.
An all-pro, but a little bit older. So,
okay, let's take a look at a divisional game. NFC East. The Giants are getting 7.5 to the upstart Commanders, who lost in the NFC, or sorry, I should say the NFC Championship game. Is this a blowout here, Jer? Is this Jaden Daniels just beating up on Russell Wilson and gang? What's going on with this game?
He's got to. Jaden Daniels has to get that monkey off his back named the sophomore jinx. He can come out in the first 3 or 4 weeks and sling it hard and maybe get 3 wins in those first 3 weeks. That sophomore jinx is now officially gone, and he can continue to dominate. Right. They did nothing but improve the team around him, the offensive line, more receivers. I don't know if Debo is healthy, but I really see big things for Washington. I've even got one of my big predictions is that Washington wins both divisional matchups with my Eagles, but I also have my Eagles winning 15 games. So I have only 2 losses and both of the Commanders. So I think we're going to have a trouble with them, but just kind of take down everybody else.
I s- Commanders did win a lot of close games last year, right? So if they lose half of them, I see them taking a little bit of a step back. I wouldn't be surprised if they miss the playoffs, but it's cutthroat NFL, right? So yeah, but I mean the Giants not working with much talent, so
Well, you got video on
yeah,
Daniels now.
Washington
Obviously,
should take
you're
care
gonna be
of them.
studying and all
Mhm.
that stuff. So that's kind of where the
Yeah.
sophomore jinx originates
Next,
from. But I don't know. I like them.
next,
I think they're gonna do good again.
right. Okay, next up we got the Aaron Rodgers Bowl. Steelers are in New York at the Jets, laying 2.5. I'm guessing Aaron Rodgers will sign with Pittsburgh, and this is going to be his another revenge game for him, or what are you
What
thinking here? A lot of
what
talk,
does the
or just
NFL office know that we don't? Right? Like if they schedule this
yeah,
and Aaron
exactly.
doesn't sign, then that's gonna kind of be egg on the face of the NFL schedule makers because Pittsburgh
hmm
is sorry PF. They're gonna be in tough without a big name. And I'm not sure why they didn't take a flyer on Shador. I guess they didn't like his attitude. They didn't like say, hey, you got to change this, you got to change that. But if Shador
hmm
kind of gets over that hump and maybe not start, but maybe is a solid backup, they're going to be regretting it for sure. I think the Jets are going to be
Yeah.
rejuvenated with Aaron Glenn. Everything they've added, Justin Fields. Justin Fields a little bit of a revenge game. Just because
hmm
Pittsburgh wanted
Good
to
point.
not give away this pick. And it's like, yeah, show them you should have played me all last year. Boom, touchdown, 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 right? Yeah. Give me the
Yeah,
Jets.
I agree. Okay. So next up we got a divisional matchup: Tampa Bay in Atlanta. Tampa Bay is small favorite. Um, I think Tampa Bay will be pretty much the same team they were last year. Maybe a little bit better defense, but they can light up the scoreboard. Atlanta, I mean, a lot of young talent. Will Penix make the leap? Is kind of the question with them. What are you thinking? A shootout?
Yeah, this was a couple of bangers last year. These two matchups between Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay obviously coming out on top, but
hmm
Atlanta, yeah, they're gonna have to get some. I think they gonna have a fire lit under them this year, just from all the expectations from last year, and then now them kind of in a state of worry. I think they actually might get into desperation mode and get a few more wins. Again, easier division to win classically. So who knows, right?
Definitely. But these guys will be favored to win. I mean, these two teams, right? So it'll be interesting. Okay, let's take a look at
Yeah.
another matchup. This will be the 1 o'clock games for us in the Pacific region. 4 o'clock for the East Coast people. Another divisional matchup. 49ers laying 1.5 at the Seahawks. The Geno Smith era is over. And I kind of like that Jalen Milroe draft pick for the Seahawks. He's a project. Who knows what he can do down the road? Do the 49ers bounce back? Is McCaffrey healthy? Yeah, a lot of questions for the 49ers. What are you thinking about this one? I'm interested in this game quite a
This
bit.
game's all about Sam Darnold. Can he continue his dominant offensive run? I know in the end it didn't work out for him last year, but a lot of wins, good defense behind him in
Yeah,
Seattle. I like what they're doing with the defense. And then,
surprisingly,
this
yes.
first divisional matchups are huge. Yeah, I've
hmm
classically not liked Seattle, but until Darnold throws a stinker or they get back into their usual group, I'm going Seattle. I still, even with the easy schedule at the 49ers, I just don't see it yet. I think the big contract to Purdy is going to bite them in the end. They're going to have to pay too much for a guy that took them to a Super Bowl, but it's just I don't think it's going to work
Right.
out. You know,
Yeah.
That's just my
Yeah, I mean,
personal
I'm
opinion,
interested to
but
see
yeah, Seattle.
what Jackson Smith and I'm interested to see if what
Me
kind of
too.
leap
Yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jigma takes, and even Ricky Prohl for the 49ers there, Ricky Bullets. Interested to see what happens with him. Next up, we got Titans with the number 1 overall draft pick, Cam Ward, visiting the upstart Broncos. Broncos laying 7. What are you thinking on this one?
First games classically for these rookie high drafted quarterbacks, not always a fun day. And with Sean Payton in there, hardly any video except for college to watch for Cam Ward. But I think Denver is going to win. Tennessee, if it goes up to 7.5, I might actually take Tennessee. If Ward can sling it like they say, he, it's at least a couple of touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So if Denver wins by a
Right.
touchdown, you still get it. I think I see some value there.
Yeah. Good
But
point.
only with the
I like
points.
that.
Denver money line. Otherwise,
Okay. We got Green Bay next hosting
yeah.
the Lions. I'm surprised Packers are favored here. What are you thinking? Packers are favored by 1.5. Does that surprise you at all, or?
Yeah, it's pick 'em. That home side gets a
More or
little extra
less.
points. Or even if you worked out the equation, it would actually have Detroit favored barely in that shape, but they
In
just had
neutral field.
they have such good
Yeah.
divisional battles. I'm going to take Detroit in this one, but Green Bay plays very well at home. If Josh Jacobs can just get that running game going and leave Detroit's offense sitting cold on the bench, then maybe.
Right.
But other than that, I say the Lions still keep rolling.
I'm interested to see this wide receiver that Green Bay took in the first round. He's got a lot of talk based around him. See how he does. Okay, next up, we got a pretty good game as well. We got Texans visiting the Rams. Rams probably played the Eagles the toughest out of all the playoff games. You know what I mean? Texans coming off a very disappointing game, or I should say disappointing year. Injury after injury. No Stephon Diggs. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Houston surprised in the first round of the playoffs. No one gave them a chance, and they got it done. And yeah, LA, their rookies are Jared Verse and all these guys are doing great. Again, sophomore Jesus happen. If LA's defense holds up, I really like what they've done with their offense. And we will see. But until LA, they started 0-4 and, and they did it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you predicted that last year.
Yeah, that was.
But they gotta show me something again, I think, to make it
Well,
official.
now they have a target on their back, right? They're the they're the hunted, not the hunter.
Yeah.
Like SF was supposed to
Tougher
win the division,
schedule.
right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely first place schedule. And then we got the Sunday night game, the rematch of the divisional playoff game. Baltimore visiting Buffalo. I'm thinking Baltimore's looking for a little revenge here, Jared. What are you thinking? Sunday night,
All right.
week 1?
Yeah,
Yeah.
classically over the last few years, Buffalo has lost this regular season game, and quite handily, I might add. Just got blown out. Looked like just a team that's not going to go anywhere until they turn it around. Baltimore, always perennial dogs. Everyone's afraid to touch. They have these huge blowout games, but then they just blow it in the playoffs every year. Lamar's got to stop choking. He's still going to be MVP. He's still going to get all these yards. He's still going to get everything that he always gets. I don't really think it's the defense's fault at this point. They've been doing good. So,
Right.
He's got to do it. Lamar's got
I
to
think.
figure it out. They will win this game.
Well, there's two versions of Lamar, right? Like there's a regular season version and there's a playoff version. The regular season version is probably already a Hall of Famer. So, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Monday night we got
100%.
Vikings visiting the Bears, divisional matchup. Bears laying 1.5 to the Vikings. The Vikings obviously starting with their rookie quarterback now. Darnold's gone. And Bears bringing in the whiz kid from Detroit, the offensive coordinator there, and second year Caleb Williams. A lot of hype around them. They drafted, I think, a couple of guys there, pretty high. So,
yeah, I just don't see Minnesota doing anything this year. Their defense is always going to stay stout. I think JJ McCarthy is going to have a tough time this year. I don't think he's going to have anywhere close to a Jaden Daniels rookie season. I'd be very surprised if he gets over 500 at a 9-8. I'm more thinking if he's lucky. And yeah, he's already got a few injuries, one big hit, and he's out. So yeah, I'm going Bears. Let's see where the hype train takes us.
yeah, they definitely do. Last year they had a lot of hype, and then this year it's just even more. So, give me a sec here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Yes. Okay. Next up, we got a week 2 matchup. Look ahead. It's a Saturday game. KC hosting the defending champs Eagles. KC laying only 1.5 here. What's up with that? KC under a field goal at home? Does that make sense? Or
yeah, factor. But yeah, no, and then Philadelphia is hot. They're they're the champs, and let's see about this Super Bowl hangover. It happens, but I have the Eagles going 2-0, and I have the Chiefs going 0-2. So I know I'm biased, but it's the Super Bowl hangover bowl.
Okay, we got a week 4 look ahead here. Vikings Steelers. Vikings laying 2.5 in Pittsburgh. I think this will be an overseas game because it says 7:30, so it could be like a London game or one of those Europe games.
Yeah, lots of international games this year. Can't wait to see how the fans come out.
Minnesota, Cleveland. That'll be an international game. Minnesota -7. Neutral field. Denver and the Jets, October 12th. That'll be a European game. Rams, Jaguars on the 19th. And Eagles, Packers. That's a
Jaguars,
rematch
the
of
perennial
the
international team.
playoff games.
If any team's going to move to London, it's the Jaguars.
Well, yeah, I mean, their owner, I think he lives there, right? So, okay, let's take a look at the U.S. Thanksgiving games here. Packers at Lions. Lions only favored by 2.5.
And that's going to change. This is kind of just a facade lines. It's way too early predictions here on S&S Pigskin Picks, but generally,
under a field goal, that's promising. I might just take that.
Yeah, take an early stab at it. Why not?
A little bit of juice, but
these Thanksgiving home teams generally do great.
And then we got
I'm
KC visiting.
going to go Lions.
Yeah, me too. KC is -4.5 at the Cowboys. That'll be the 1:30 game, 4:30 Eastern. I mean, we'll see if Dallas has any life by then, but seems like a little bit of a big number. We got Cincy in Baltimore.
KC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bengals and Ravens to close out the Thanksgiving games. Ravens laying 5.5 under a touchdown against Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati, will they be improved? Will they be consistent? Can they win on the road? Do they have a defense? A lot of questions, I guess. But a divisional game, 5.5 usually is the way to
The
go. Take the five and
diminished
a half.
version of even the diminished version of Cincinnati, played the Ravens really tough, obviously divisional again. But I see them as soon as I seen this game. I see Cincinnati squeaking out a win, maybe a last minute field goal, maybe a last second touchdown. Yeah, I think Cincinnati's
Yeah,
they're fed up, and I think they're going to play a lot tougher this year.
yeah. I'm looking forward to them having a better year. Okay, here's a Black Friday matchup. Our Eagles, defending champs, laying 7 to the Bears. It's an interesting matchup. I think the spread's about right on that game. What do you think?
Yeah, we're at home, and again, that's probably going to shoot up to 10 when the Chicago Bears disappoint and we continue to dominate.
Hmm.
Who knows?
Hmm.
Maybe we'll be on similar kind of collision courses, and maybe our records will be close to the same when we play, and that'll be like a big hyped up game that, hey, whoever wins this game is kind of in the driver's seat for the NFC. Who
Possible.
knows? That might be awesome. Yeah.
Very possible. Okay, let's wrap it up with the Christmas games. The NFL has taken over Christmas Day from the NBA now. So Cowboys, of course, will be playing the Commanders. Commanders only laying 3.5 right now. Seems like a small spread. Is there a lot of respect for the Cowboys? What do you think, Jer? Cowgirls? 3.5 only? Hmm.
Well, they're thinking back to last season as well. The Cowboys just seem to have really nothing to lose kind of thing, and that can be dangerous for any team. But
Okay.
yeah, I actually have my way too early prediction with the Commanders losing both games to Dallas. Um,
Hmm.
no matter the
Interesting. Okay.
respective records at the time. So yeah.
Okay. Then we got Lions laying 3 to the Vikings. Um, Sounds about right. I could see Lions 3.5 here. Rookie quarterback at home on the national televised game. And we got the Lions. Let's see. They're out for revenge after last year, right?
Oh, exactly. But by then it could be Detroit on the road -9. If things are going to go
Probably not a
for
divisional
McCarthy,
game,
I think
but
the way they're
yeah.
going to go. Yeah. Oh
Okay.
no, understandable. But if they're 2 and whatever, and Detroit's only got 1 or 2 losses, could be a huge road dog
Yeah, I mean they're
or
going to
home
begin
dog.
to
Home
they're
dog.
beginning to probably a tougher schedule. I'm thinking Vikings. So, and then let's finish up
Yeah.
with the divisional matchup: Broncos in Kansas City. Kansas City laying 4.5. Spread seems about right for that game. Could this be the year that Denver, steps up to the big boys and gives Kansas City a little bit of a threat? I don't know. I think Chargers
I don't
will
see it.
will be the team to do that, but who knows? Yeah, I mean, it's tough to see when Kansas City's done it like 8 years in a row, and
I
Mahomes
see
and
that
Reed is just
before
a crazy
Denver
matchup,
getting
right?
over the hump. If they can just keep steady on defense. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think their offense has to take a little bit of a
Crazy.
bump too, but Kansas City's defense, I mean, they've been a lot better than we all thought. Their offense has been. And I've heard rumblings that Mahomes wants to get back to open up the field because it was kind of smoke and mirrors for them a lot of the year, and when they went up against the Eagles and they got behind, they couldn't catch up. So that's a look ahead to the
No, I
games that
know.
we have access to. So pretty fun look ahead here, Jer. We got a lot more games to look ahead to. I think maybe we can go through some division by division, and we can break down each division's tough matchup spots. I think we can dig a little deeper into that. This is just kind of looking at the lines and seeing what's out there.
See where we think they're going to finish and all that.
Yeah, a little feedback, a little brainstorming, a little foreshadowing. But yeah, let's do it again.
Yes.
And thank everyone for tuning in. Please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe, notification, all that good stuff. Jared and I will see you guys next time on S&S Pigskin Picks. Later.